Hey guys, it's Thomas here. I'm from the YCW. Today I'm here with my friend Amber to try to capture her story about how the current situation is affecting her reality. So let's start. Amber, would you like to begin by introducing yourself and your reality?
Yes. My name is Amber. I'm 21. Um, my I'm currently living like at home with my dad and my younger sister who is Down syndrome. So I'm kind of like a second care, um, if you will. I study full time at UNSW. I'm studying media
Hmm.
at in PR advertising, and I also work part time in retail.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Alright, first question done. Um, alright, thank you for that, Amber. It's important that we start with this. It shows that we all face a different reality, and only you are the expert of your own reality. So let's explore this a little more. How has the COVID-19 impacted your life? What areas of it has it changed in both positive and negative ways?
I think it's impacted my life in pretty much every aspect. So, like work, like obviously I work in retail and I deal with like people every day, talking to people every day, helping them with their devices and things like that. So that's obviously changed for me because currently I'm not in that environment anymore. And honestly, I've just been keeping up with products because that's all I can really do from home.
Yeah.
Apart from work, obviously, study, everything is online. Um, unlike, I don't know if it's just the classes I'm currently doing, but like there's no video chatting classes. It's literally just they post a question, you answer it, and then that's how my classes are run. Which like obviously sucks because you're not getting like the full educational experience that you want from a university. And being my last year in university as well, it's a little bit disappointing because I do like want to enjoy the whole experience.
Yeah.
um, in regards to my social life, that's currently nil. No, I'm definitely keeping in touch with like all my friends through like video chatting, like FaceTiming, obviously,
Hmm.
calls, messages. Um, but in regards to like making plans or seeing them, or which is what I would usually do, especially like on a weekend or something, that just can't happen. Especially with like all the risks involved, you just don't want to risk it essentially. Um, Mental and physical health, I would say it definitely has taken a toll, like mentally, just because it's so anxiety provoking around this time.
Yeah.
Because you like COVID-19 is it it's brand new to all of us. It's which is scary because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. Like you don't know if this will be the normal, from now on. So that kind of scares me mentally, but I think it's all about, you know, trying to keep busy in a time where you can't really do much but do that. So, like physical exercise obviously helps, meditating, stuff like that. Yeah.
I know you mentioned it in there like, about your mental health and your physical health, and it's obviously clear that the coronavirus and COVID-19 is affecting your life and changing your reality in quite, in a quite a big way. And I know for a lot of people, these changes in their lifestyle can often leave people in a vulnerable state, feeling lost and unsure what the next step is. I know you touched on that about how new it is to everyone. So with that, I want to ask you a question. Are you happy with the current support networks out there to support and assist people in need for this time?
Am I happy with it?
Mhm.
I mean, I it just depends really what support networks you're using.
Yeah.
Um, because there definitely is a lot of support networks out there. It's just utilizing those support networks. So I know that there's a lot of like applications, kind of like therapy, like online therapy sessions that you can do, which are definitely is helpful, like especially if you want to just, voice out how you're feeling at the time. Um, Even like support networks in regards to like the people in your life, to speak to them is also regarded, I would consider, is a support network.
Yep.
Um, yeah. Can you be like a little more specific in regards to like
Yeah.
support
Yeah. Well, that's in general. Do you think like what the government's doing or your workplace is doing, or
Oh,
you know, and, in that sense of thing, or your university is doing? Do you think they're giving us the best tools and doing the roles they should be doing as a senior, as a quite an important role in our society?
I work at Apple,
Mm.
and I think Apple right now has provided, like, is a really good support network that I have right now. Just because even though like we're not working in the stores, the managers and our bosses like are still ringing us every week just to see how we're going. They're also providing us with like apps that we can use, um, to help with our mental and physical health,
Mm.
as well as like providing like group chats and like video chats to talk with our coworkers,
Okay.
which is what we would normally do. But yeah, in this instance, they're still providing that for us.
Mhm.
So I think that's a really good support network. University, I mean, they send emails out, keeping us up to date with everything that's kind of happening and what's going to be the future for our classes and for um, the university experience. But it's, I would say right now I'm pretty happy with the support networks, but I don't know how long I'm going to be happy
Yeah.
for it to
Yeah.
go on like this, you know what I mean? Because there's only so much that a person can take.
Mm.
But yeah, it's just trying to
Yeah.
stay positive.
Yeah. And going back to your work reality there, have you experienced in your workplace, have you experienced people getting laid off or reduced hours? How has the COVID impacted your work in that sense? Are you still getting the same amount of hours, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think like I'm very lucky to work for a company that really cares about their their people, and their employees, because I'm still getting the same hours, and like all of my other friends are still getting the same hours. I like, even they've offered other job roles for us in the retail store, to work, if you want to work on Apple support and like help customers over the headset. So they're providing other options for us.
Mhm.
And yeah, like I think they're really supporting us through this time. So I'm really happy.
Okay,
Uh,
that sounds great. Sounds like you got
to be honest, yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones. But like there's so many people out there that are struggling, and it's really sad to see. So
yeah. Thank you for that, Amber. Moving on, but staying along the same lines, I was wanting to ask you what worries you, both looking inwards and outwards, about the progression of the COVID-19 situation.
ooh, what worries me?
Yeah. I know it's quite a big question, but
I mean, I think for me personally, what worries me is I have a younger sister who's Down syndrome and it has diabetes, so she's very high risk. My dad, he's got some health issues too. My older sister has an autoimmune disease called lupus. So I do have people in my life that are very high risk, and I think what worries me is, if they don't find a cure, what's 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 going to happen, like, are they just going to be sick? Like it's that constant worry,
mm,
that is very unsettling. And also the fact that, if a cure isn't found soon, like, what is life going to look like? Like, how are we, is this, like, is isolation the reality? Is this going to be a seasonal thing that, we have to do every year or every couple months? You know what I mean?
yeah,
um it's That's what worries me in the future. But also, like, there's a lot of things that have come out of it that are good. Like I feel like I've connected with people that I normally haven't connected with before, and build relationships through this. So I think that's also kind of a good aspect. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of what worries me.
Mm. Going back to what you said about your family, do you feel like has there been appropriate communication with you or your primary caregivers in your home about ways people in your situation can move forward and keep on living their life as normal as they can during these times, or hasn't?
Um, I mean, not really. It's more just wash your hands, isolate yourself, stay 1.5 meters away. Like that's literally all that's given. They've like we're with the NDIS and
Mm.
like those types of services, and they've given us like codes to use at the grocery stores and things like that. But apart from how to really cope with this, I don't think they even know. So
Yeah, okay. Thanks for that. Do you feel like there is a area that's do you feel like that's an area that's not getting reached to when people are offering their support and you know whoever's giving out the support? Do you think that's a area that they've been overlooked, or do you think it's been managed quite well?
interesting. I feel like as of yet, there's nothing really that they could offer besides from
Mm.
like knowledge and like the codes that they give us like for shopping and things like that, and helping us with like deliveries and stuff. I think in that regard they are quite helpful. um, they've also provided us with services for to help cope with like obviously our mental health and things like that. um, and to like obviously for my little sister who still goes to school, like to give us special like plans to teach her at home and things like that. um, I think in regards to like areas where the government hasn't really touched, which they're like I believe they're looking into now, are casual workers. Because like um, a lot of my friends are casual workers, and it's so like hard to see them struggling right now, because like although they're working, they do have that fear that they could get infected, they could get sick anytime, and because they're in contact with so many people, um, and they don't have that backup from the government, which is really sad, because I'm in a position where my company is uh still helping me out through this hard time, and a lot of people don't have that.
Mm.
um, so I think that's where the government kind of needs to step up.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you for those wise words, Amber.
Thank
Uh,
you.
moving on, last but not least, I think it's important for us to stay positive throughout these times and remember the good things that are happening and not overlook them. Don't let them get clouded by everything that's happening. So I'd like to ask you on an ending note, what are some positives you've seen come out of the community, or people you've seen, places of work?
So you can see how many people really care about each other and decide to do good by others. Like I have people I work with who will donate, like basic necessities to like their neighbors or people in their network and things like that, by offering services like online, to help with, hey, like they'd make a post being like, hey, if you need to talk, like if you need to just vent about everything that's going on, like I'm open to it. I think it's brought out some really good some really good, what's the word, some really good traits in people.
Yeah.
And I think it's just really nice to see um, us being kind of like one nation and supporting each other, because at this time, like that's all we can really do.
Mm.
um, and even like charities that are stepping it up. I think UNICEF, like you can donate through them, like that's really cool.
Mm.
even like my work, you can donate through me personally, like you can donate through my work. Um, yeah, just to see that the community is really
Mm.
together and thinking about one another. It's not common. Like you can see that a lot of, especially companies, big companies, like are very selfish in times like this. But yeah,
No, thank you for that, Amber. I think you summed it up good. And I think I can agree with that. Seeing the relationship between neighbours grow in our communities, so it's really good to see that happening. So yeah. Anyway, I think that summarises and finishes up our interview for today. So I would like to thank you for giving up your time on your very busy Wednesday afternoon. So yeah, thank
so busy.
you. Yeah, done. Hi, I'm Thomas.
And I'm Josh.
Thanks for watching the video. Hope you can give it a like and share it around.
See you guys next time.